For as long as humans have gazed at the stars, we've asked ourselves the same questions. Why are we here? What happens when we die? Who or what created all of this? These questions gave birth to the greatest stories ever told, the origin of the world's religions. 12,000 years ago, our ancestors built the first temples, but the story of organized religion as we know it would begin much later, in the fertile valleys of ancient India. The year is 3500 BCE. Along the Indus River, a sophisticated civilization is developing what will become the world's oldest surviving religion, Hinduism. What makes Hinduism unique is that it wasn't founded by a single person. It grew organically over thousands of years, absorbing different beliefs and practices. From these ancient roots grew four major branches: Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism, and Smartism, each offering different paths to understanding the divine. This wasn't just a religion, it was humanity's first great philosophical laboratory. Ideas that would later influence Buddhism, Jainism, and even Greek philosophy were first explored in the temples and forests of ancient India. Karma, the law of cause and effect. Dharma, cosmic order and personal duty. Moksha, liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Yoga, the science of body and mind. Ahimsa, non-violence as a supreme virtue. But around 2000 BCE in the city of Ur, something revolutionary was about to happen. A man named Abraham would reject the gods of his fathers for a radical new idea. There was only one God. Picture yourself in the bustling streets of Ur. Merchants haggle in dozens of languages, priests carry offerings to countless gods, and among them walks a man named Abraham, a successful merchant about to make the most dangerous decision of his life. Abraham would dare to declare something unprecedented. There is only one God, not a God of the sun or war or wisdom, but a single, invisible, all-powerful creator of everything. This wasn't just a new God. It was a complete reimagining of humanity's relationship with the divine. One God meant universal moral laws, individual responsibility, a linear view of history, the concept of divine purpose. This was the birth of monotheism, perhaps the most influential religious idea in human history. From Abraham's covenant would emerge three religions that today claim half the world's population: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Judaism, the original covenant, the first monotheistic faith, emphasis on law, Torah, and ethical living. The concept of chosen people with universal responsibility. Survival despite 4,000 years of persecution. Key innovations: weekly Sabbath, linear time, ethical monotheism. Then, around 30 CE in the Roman province of Judea, a Jewish teacher named Jesus of Nazareth began preaching a revolutionary message. God's kingdom was spiritual, not political. Divine love transcended religious law. Salvation was universal, not tribal. The Messiah would suffer, not conquer. His execution should have been the end. Instead, it became the beginning of humanity's largest religion. His followers claimed something unprecedented. He had risen from the dead, proving his divine nature. What's remarkable is how quickly Christianity spread. Within 3 centuries, this small Jewish sect became the official religion of the Roman Empire. But with power came a question that would shake the foundations of the faith. Who exactly was Jesus? In grand councils, bishops and theologians debated questions that would split empires. Was Jesus fully divine? Was he fully human? How could he be both? What was Mary's role? But let's pause here, because the story of how Christianity splintered into thousands of denominations is one of history's most fascinating tales. Today's major Christian branches emerged from 3 massive splits. First, in 451 CE, disagreements about Jesus' divine nature split the church. The Oriental Orthodox churches, including the Coptic, Ethiopian, and Armenian churches, went their own way. Then came 1054 CE, the Great Schism. The Christian world split between East and West, creating the Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches. But the biggest explosion was yet to come. October 31st, 1517, Martin Luther nails his 95 Theses to a church door in Wittenberg, igniting the Protestant Reformation. From this spark emerged Lutherans following Martin Luther's teachings, Calvinists inspired by John Calvin, Anglicans when Henry VIII broke from Rome, Baptists emphasizing personal faith, Methodists following John Wesley's revival, and later Pentecostals focusing on spiritual gifts. The year is 610 CE. While Europe struggles through the Dark Ages, the Arabian Peninsula is about to witness the birth of a civilization that will preserve ancient knowledge and advance human understanding across every field of study. In a cave above Mecca, a 40-year-old merchant named Muhammad is deep in meditation. Over 23 years, Muhammad received revelations that become the Quran. Pure monotheism. Social justice reforms, rights for women and orphans, rules for commerce and warfare, a complete way of life. Watch as this message spreads with unprecedented speed. 610 CE, first revelation, 622 CE, migration to Medina, Islamic calendar begins, 632 CE, Arabia unified 642 CE, Egypt and Persia joined 711 CE, reaches Spain and India 750 CE, stretches from Atlantic to China. The Islamic Golden Age begins. Al-Khwarizmi invents algebra. Al-Biruni calculates Earth's circumference. Arabic numerals, including 0, spread globally. First surgical instruments. Discovery of blood circulation. Dome of the Rock, Jerusalem. Great Mosque of Damascus. Taj Mahal. India translation of Greek classics, development of Sufi poetry, birth of Arabian Nights, the Great Division. The split between Sunni and Shia Muslims emerged from a simple question. Who should lead the Muslim community after Muhammad's death? The three Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, share common prophets, sacred places, ethical principles, hope for divine justice, commitment to human dignity. As we enter the 21st century, these ancient faiths face challenges their founders could never have imagined, such as the digital revolution, science and faith, and social changes. Yet the fundamental questions remain the same. Why are we here? What happens when we die? Who or what created all of this? Those ancient people who built the first temples could never have imagined how their questions would shape human history. But as we face an uncertain future, their greatest legacy might be teaching us how to adapt while keeping our core beliefs intact. The question is, how will these ancient faiths evolve to answer tomorrow's questions? Only time will tell.